Peace, peace. This is Instructor Yasir checking in on the Knowledge of Survival podcast, where we do deep dives into self-defense, firearms training, martial arts training, physical fitness for self-defense. Stay ready so you don't got to get ready. The day has come, guys. The day has come. I am here about 30 minutes out from the beginning of my first Goruck challenge. I'm doing a Goruck Tough today, and I am here. I am in the parking lot right now. I'm seeing the crew get together, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Well, I don't know if the word is excited. I'm yeah, a little bit excited. Yeah, I think excited is where I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous like at all. I'm a little bit surprised by that, but I don't have a feeling of nervousness, like no butterflies or anything. I'm just kind of ready to go. I think I don't have the nervousness just because I know that I'm not out of shape. I don't know what to expect today, so that's a little bit. Um, I don't know. I mean, I think that's adding to the fun of it, that I don't know what to expect. I feel like I'm going into an adventure. I'm a little bit concerned about getting in the water, just because tonight it's going to drop to about 45 degrees, and we're going all night. I'm going to be out here doing PT, that's physical training, as well as rucking and whatever the hell else they come up with for 12 hours, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning, all night long. No sleep. First time I've ever done anything like this. First time that I've done a physical and mental challenge like this since my black belt test. Almost a little over 10 years ago since I did my black belt test. So, this is the first time I've done something like that since then. So I'm a little bit, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. I mean, this looks like it's going to be some fun. I know that the biggest part of it is going to be mental. I know that already. So I'm not really sweating that part of it. I know that that's going to be the biggest thing. And I'm ready. I'm mentally prepared and I'm ready to go. And yeah, I'm not worried, man. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun. And I'm going to check back in with you guys, give you the lowdown, and let you know how everything went. And so, in the meantime, in between time, when in doubt, train. See you soon. Peace. Peace, peace. This is Instructor Yasir. We fucking did it, guys and gals. About a half hour ago, I completed Goruck Tough. My first Goruck event. Shit was nuts. I'm exhausted, but I'm kind of wired. I don't even know. I wanted to hop on here, as soon as I got done, just so that, you could hear in my voice, what it's like after you complete one of these events. It was a great experience. It's a great experience. I mean, if you ask me right now, would I do it again? The answer is hell no. Ask me in a few days after I've recovered, right? Great event. And it was tough. It was tough. The shit was hard, man. Shit was hard. So, basically give you the rundown. they try to smoke you out early. The cadre leader, he was great. I want to say it was Cadre Casey. That's what I believe his name was, Casey. And he was excellent. He was really cool guy. I got a good vibe from him. We talked a little bit. Had some good conversation. So he was really cool. He gave some great stories on our breaks about some fallen soldiers that he served with, as well as, some history. So it was really good, it's also the breaks. So yeah, so let me start back from the beginning. Apologies if I'm a little mumbled and going all over the place, guys, but if you want authenticity, this is it. So, when we first started, they try to smoke you out. An hour of PT nonstop. And they did the deck of cards, right? So basically what they do is they would take the deck of cards, and then they assign certain exercises to each suite, I guess it's called, clubs, hearts, spades, all that stuff. And so they would assign a certain exercise to that, and then whatever number is on the card is how many reps you had to do. But when you're dealing with the military, 1 rep is not just 1 rep. You know what I mean? You done did about 5, 6, 7 exercises in 1 rep. And that's what this shit was like. You know what I mean? You was whooping our ass with 8-count bodybuilders, and man makers, swings with the ruck, and as well as flutter kicks. It was tough, man. To start off like that, it made me be like, wow, I thought I was in better shape, than this. So yeah, I think it was more of a shock because later on, in the workout, or, as the workout was ending, I started to gain a burst of energy. Well, before I was kind of drained by it. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, dude is brutal. Like, he don't get nobody many chances like that. And, yeah, so, whew. So yeah, so guys, so they try to burn you with the PT. We did that for an hour straight. Then after that, we had to do a mile ruck in the parking lot of the gym. Then we went inside the gym and we had to do Murphys. So we had to do 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 dips. First time ever doing that. So some of my, partners there told me to break it up into sets, 20 sets. 20 sets of 50. 20 sets of 5. 20 sets of 10. 20 sets of 20. Would get you, the number that you need. So that's what I did, and that was pretty smooth actually. Like I did that better than the PT in the first hour. I think because those are exercises that I've already been working on a regular basis. Push-ups, pull-ups, and dips. So did that. So the physical training took up about 2 hours, so almost 3. So we were done with PT by 8:45. We started at 6, and we started rucking. So, but the rucking wasn't just rucking though. While you were rucking with your, 40, 50, 45-pound ruck pack, you also had to carry other shit with it, like a 200-pound sandbag, 150 pounds, 100-pound sandbag, 55-pound, sandbag, 40-pound sandbag, quick, handgun release. So it's like all these different things, just to, do that. So it was crazy. And so the ruck was pretty sick because at any given moment, I mean, your pack already weighed 40, 45 pounds. So at any given moment, you're not carrying anything less than 70 pounds, 70, 75 pounds. Because the lowest weight that they had for you to carry was 35 pounds. A 35 pound, sandbag. And they called them coupons. So that's some military shit, I guess. Some of my military guys could probably inform me on that. So they called them coupons. So they would be like, pick up your coupon, pick up your coupon. I don't know what the hell you purchasing with that coupon. I guess pain, because that's what it was. It was fucking rough, man. You had 100-pound sandbags, 150-pound sandbags, 200-pound sandbag. So, what made this a team building exercise is that nobody's going to be able to carry that weight for 15, 20 miles. So, you carrying the weight, it starts to become too much for you, you will holler out for support. And then somebody come and relieve that off you. So that was the purpose of that. Yeah. So, but man, it was an incredible experience. I'm super glad that I completed it. I'm exhausted right now, guys. So, I'm going to check back in with you here shortly. But I need to take a nap before I get back on the road and go home. It's about 6:45 a.m., 6:38 actually. So I'm probably going to take a nap, maybe get some breakfast, and then head back home. So guys, when in doubt, train. Peace. Peace. We're going to add on here to complete this episode out. So, this is the Monday. This is Monday, Memorial Day. A couple days after I completed my Goruck Tough event. I wanted to add a part 3 to this because if you listen to the last segment, which I'm sure you have, this is still the same episode, you could see how I was talking. That was fresh off of me completing the event, and it was nuts. It was crazy. So I was talking a little bit, half sleep, in and out, trying to finish that segment. But I wanted to give you guys the fresh, response, like fresh off of, completion. So now I've had a couple of days to reflect on it. I'm still physically recovering a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm much better now, but I'm still, sore in some places. I got a knee that, was compromised some years ago from a jiu-jitsu injury, when we were sparring. So that's still, working through a little bit. And I purchased a brace to actually put on this knee in case I needed it, because I knew I was going to be out, for so long during the event, but I didn't have to use it. So I'm grateful to that, because the brace was a piece of crap anyway, so I'm actually sending that back to Amazon here shortly. But so I didn't have to use the brace, but I could still feel, the work, in that knee. So, man, I mean, great event, man. This Goruck Tough was a great event. And, the cadre leader, he asked me as we were on the final stretch, he asked me, he said, so you going to do this again? And I told him, I said, if you're asking me right now, hell no, right? And then he said, yeah, let's wait till Truth Tuesday. So, today is Monday. It's not quite Tuesday, but he said, wait till Truth Tuesday, and, you'll think about it and say, wow, that was something, and then you'll be looking towards, your next event. And I think he's right. I think he's right. Just as early as yesterday. Yesterday, actually, I was spending time on Goruck's site and, looking at, some of the training materials, the sandbag stuff for the workouts, a new rucker. I used the bullet rucker, so the smallest rucker that they have. I think it's 15 liters, and it worked. It worked. It was fine. Didn't really have an issue packing it. I felt like, it was fine as far as packing all the stuff that I needed. So that wasn't really an issue. I think the biggest issue that I had with it was during the first hour, during the PT. We were using the rucksack for a lot of the exercises, doing swings, brick job makers, and all of that stuff. The 8-count bodybuilders, all of that kind of stuff. It was a little bit uncomfortable to use because of how small the straps are. The straps, or the handles I'll say. The handles on the bullet rucker, it's not, they're not really, they're not really big enough to be able to get in there and really get a grip on them. And I'm not somebody who has really big hands either, so that was a little bit, uncomfortable, to deal with. But otherwise, it was fine. When it came to the rucking and stuff, it was fine. But I think for the sheer purpose of all the different workouts that are involved using the rucker, it makes more sense to have the standard 20-liter rucker that's got the handles on the side. You got some large handles on the top and bottom. You've also got some wider shoulder straps too, so that probably aids in the comfort, while you're rucking. So next time we come around to another Goruck event, I'm probably gonna make sure I have that 20-liter rucker. So got that. And yeah, the workouts, like, I'm looking at the sandbags. I'm looking at the sandbag stuff. I'm really considering it. because I like the concept of it. I like it. You know, my thing is always dealing with a functional fitness standpoint. I'm a martial artist first before I started getting into firearms and all this kind of stuff. So I'm always looking at fitness from the angle of use, being functional. I don't want just show muscles. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I mean, you know, just being big just for the sake of being big. I don't get it. You know, be actually strong, like in real world application, right? Like this whole thing with rucking in the military, this is for real world application. Like you're gonna be in the battlefield carrying X amount of supplies. You might be stranded in a situation where you might have to drag one of your comrades off of the battlefield, take somebody to safety. Who knows? So this is all about being strong for real world application. That's one of the things that attracted me to it. It's the same thing for a martial arts component. The way you train in martial arts, it's a lot of fitness, strength building exercises involved, but it's built from a concept of fighting. It's purpose built for that. It's not just, oh, I'm just working out just so that I can look a certain way. It's a function, it's a purpose, it's a reason attached to it. So that's what I'm about. And the sandbag training stuff, or the sandbag supplies that Goruck has, which is the stuff that we were carrying as our coupons during the Goruck Tough session. I like it because, I mean, sand, it moves, right? It's not solid. So because it moves, in order for you to stabilize it, you have to enact different muscles in the body. You know, different small muscles that might not normally be engaged if you're just pumping iron. You're supported, you're standing still, you're supported by a bench or a rack, or you're just standing still doing your arm bar curls. Because it's also it's an extra level of care you have to deal with. It's safety when you're dealing with iron too, because iron, you make a mistake, drop that, you got big problems on your hands. Whereas you don't have that same type of dangers with sandbag equipment. So I like that. I think I'm going to be investing in that. I got to feel what it was like during the Goruck Tough event, and I think I want to incorporate that into workouts, as well as some of the other stuff. So I didn't mean to make this into a Goruck commercial. I'm not sponsored, by the company or anything like that. I don't have any type of affiliate agreement set up with them. But I was impressed. I really enjoyed it. I'll probably be looking at getting into a star course. That'd be pretty dope. And I said beforehand, okay, I'm gonna knock out this Goruck Tough. Then the next, I'm gonna do a heavy. I'm gonna do a Goruck heavy. Now, after going through a Goruck Tough, I don't think I'm ready to rush into a heavy. Not yet. I think I'm probably gonna do at least one more Goruck Tough event before I do a heavy. Eventually, I am gonna do a heavy. Okay, eventually I am. But the heavy is sick. I mean, the completion rate drops off a lot from the Goruck Tough to the Goruck Heavy. The completion rate for a Goruck Tough is like 94%, which held pretty true. I mean, we started off, it was 3 people that dropped off out of my event. 2 guys that showed up and didn't quite know what they were getting into. They thought it was just going to be a rucking event. They didn't know it was going to be all the PT involved. So they dropped out early during the smoke session. Then it was one other person that dropped out in the middle of it. I didn't even notice. I heard about it after we were done. So that held pretty true, 94% completion rate. So, but a Goruck Heavy has only a 50% completion rate. That's a huge drop off. And that's almost a full 50%. So that's a huge drop off. I think the numbers on I think the stuff of the parameters for a Goruck Heavy is pretty insane. You go from a 12-hour event to a 24-hour event. And then you also, for the tough, it was 15 to 20 miles. I think for the heavy, it's more than 20 miles. It's more than 20 miles. I would have to look it up to see it. So it's a big change. And after experiencing a tough event, I can see how intense a heavy is. So I don't think I'm going to be jumping into that soon. I'll probably be doing another tough. I might do 2 more toughs before I do a heavy. So yeah, right now I'm feeling like I don't even know if I want to do a heavy, but I'm only 2 days removed from the tough. So, give me a few weeks. Let me start getting back into my regular workout routine, strong again, and then I might have a different thought. So yeah, it was a great event. Cadre leader, he told us that he said, we structure these Goruck events very similar to how our military stuff is. He's like, we keep it vague because that's how the orders are when you get in the military. Your orders are vague. They just tell you to be someplace at a certain time, and you should just be prepared for anything. So that's how we keep the Goruck events. People complain about that. There's a lot of people who complain about the fact that they keep it so vague. I just said that, we had a couple of guys fall off during the smoke session because they didn't really know what they were getting into. Now, to me, I feel like that's kind of silly. In this information age, I feel like anybody that wants to know something can know. You don't find a whole bunch of videos for these Goruck events. A lot of them are just small 30-second, 1-minute clips that somebody might have put out for marketing purposes. So it's not a whole lot that really gives you a lot of insight into what you're going to be up against. But you can find it, though. I found about 2 or 3 videos of some Goruck events. And let me know what to expect. I knew there was a possibility I was going to end up in some water. I was super glad that did not happen. That was my biggest concern. It got cold. It got cold about 2, 3 in the morning. It got cold. Down to about 40, 45 degrees. And I did not want to be in water. So luckily, we didn't end up having to be in water. Cadre leader, he brought us to a pond, but in his infinite wisdom, he decided that the water did not look suitable for us to be in. So I was happy about that. So overall, great event. Glad I did it and went through it. Huge accomplishment. Shouts out to anybody out there that has completed a Goruck event. I believe that those of us who are doing stuff like this, we're in a different class. We're in a different class. I'm not going to say whether that class is better or worse than anybody else. I'll leave that up to you to decide, but definitely in a different class. Most people are not going to put themselves through something hard like that. We pay for it. We paid to be a part of getting our ass kicked, right? So, to willingly put yourself in a position where you're forced to be challenged physically as well as mentally. For some people, that might be spiritually as well. it puts you in a different class of people because so many people run away from things that are hard. So many people don't want to push themselves and challenge and see what they're really made of. So to take the steps to actually put yourself through that, to really see what you got in tough situations, that's something. That says something about you as an individual. So, um, I think I'll close on that. When in doubt,